Grandad, what are values? My great-granddaughter, Ruby, is always asking me questions. She thinks that because I am old, I know everything. Of course, no one knows everything. Even her teacher doesn't know everything. I always try to answer her questions, and if I don't know the answer, I will try to find it. When I was at school, that usually meant going to a library and looking through books. Now, if I don't know the answer, I know where to go. I just use the internet to search for the answer. I usually use Google to search, and that's okay as long as you can get onto the internet. At first, I had to type the questions into my computer, but now, with my new iPad, I can just ask. There are some questions, though, that even Google finds hard to answer. When Ruby was 6 years old, I was taking her to school, when she stopped and said, "Grandad, what are values?" Now that was a tricky question. I know what values are, but how do I explain it? I mean, I know how to fasten my tie, but I find it very difficult to explain exactly how to do it. "Well, Ruby, let me think about that," I replied. Values are things which you have or show that make you feel good. Do you mean it makes me want to eat them, Grandad? When you told me the story about the Gruffalo, the fox said the mouse looked good, and you told me it meant good enough to eat. No, not like that, Ruby. When you feel good, you feel happy inside. Let me think for a moment. Now, kindness is a value. If you are kind to someone, it makes them happy, and it will make you feel happy too. Another value is truthfulness. By trying to be truthful, we can avoid getting into trouble. If you lie about something, you are usually caught out, but often telling the truth makes you feel much better. I think I know what you mean, Grandad, and I'll try to be kind and truthful, Ruby said. She wasn't really sure, but she had some idea of what I meant. When we got to the school gates, Ruby saw her friend Casey on her knees looking around. "What are you looking for?" she asked. Casey replied, "I have some money to give to the office, but I have dropped it." Ruby got down on her knees to help, and they soon found the money. "Thanks, Ruby," Casey said. "That was very kind of you to help." Ruby turned to me and said, "You was right, Grandad. Being kind does make you feel good." In the classroom, her friend Chloe accidentally knocked a glass onto the floor, and it broke with a loud noise. "Who did that?" asked Mr. Miles. Chloe was scared that Mr. Miles would be mad with her, but she put up her hand and said, "It was me, but it was an accident." "Don't worry, Chloe," Mr. Miles said. "I'm not angry with you. It was an accident. In fact, I'm proud of you, because you took responsibility and told the truth. These are very important values." Ruby thought, Grandad was right again. If Chloe had not told the truth, we would all have been in trouble. Later, Mr. Miles asked Ruby to take a message to the office. "I know I can trust you to come straight back," he said. Ruby was quite pleased to be picked. "I guess that truth is another of those values," she said to herself. At lunchtime, in the playground, Gracie was crying. She had fallen and hurt her hand. Ruby went up to her and put her arm round her to comfort her. "Don't cry, Gracie," she said. "You'll be all right soon." A teacher came up to them and said, "That was nice of you to comfort Gracie. It shows that you are a caring person." It was the afternoon, and Ruby had been given a problem to solve. It was hard, and Ruby had got it wrong several times. She nearly gave up, but then said to herself, "No, I won't give up. I am determined to get this right." In the end, her determination helped her to get it right and made her feel very good. Suddenly Ruby heard a scream, followed by more screams. She looked around and saw her friends running around the classroom and screaming, "Help! There's a mouse running round!" She saw Deacon pick up a basket and, as the mouse ran past him, put it over the mouse to trap it. Mr. Myers went to Deacon and said, "That was very brave of you, Deacon. You showed great courage." Ruby realised that courage is another value. When I went to pick Ruby up, I asked her what she had done that day. Usually she replies, "I can't remember." But this time she said, "Grandad, you was right about values. Today I saw kindness, truthfulness, responsibility, trust, caring, determination and courage. They all made me feel good. If I saw all of those in one day, there must be lots more values I still have to find." "That's really good, Ruby," I said. "I think I will treat you to McDonald's." "That's really kind of you, Grandad. I really appreciate that." She grinned at me and said, "That's another word we learnt today." The end.